Hi there, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. It's Atem here. In today's video, I just want us to have a conversation similar to like a chat with me video. And our topic for today is period self-care. And I believe that most of you who are the ladies who mostly watch me, I believe my target audience are millennials. I believe that most of you have periods, and during our period, there's many other things that goes on emotionally and mentally. And I believe that everybody has their own self-care period routine that they incorporate during that time of the month, and I would like to believe that it's working for you. So I'm going to share some tips that work for me and other ladies that I have spoken with. If there are any other tips in this video that you did not hear or you want to add, please feel free to add it down in the comment section. I know periods are very unpleasant, and I'm not going to lie, sometimes during my period or during that time of the month I'm always asking, why am I a woman? Because all of these things I hate it. But we are blessed to be women, and sometimes when it comes we just have to be ready, and you would be surprised that just a little bit goes a long way as far as changes in your period self-care routine. So without further ado, let's get it started. Very first self-care help or self-care routine is going for a walk or any movement that is going to be gentle and definitely help relieve the pain or the feeling of menstrual cramps. A few studies actually said that light movement was very helpful and more helpful than painkillers, which is very interesting because what is better than a natural remedy? You know what I mean? I know the hardest things we want to do while we are on our period is to do any form of exercise, but believe me when I say that exercise is really helpful. In addition to helping with cramping or pain by helping with blood circulation, exercise is also very helpful with increasing our mood. So speaking of cramps, another very helpful way to help with that is hot therapy. So you can either use the hot water bottle, or you can take a hot shower or a hot bubble bath. You can also do like a warm compress by putting a warm washcloth or heating pad on your abdomen. There's a lot of people who also brew like a hot cup of tea, and heat definitely helps with circulation and reduce the pain around the abdominal area. So several women found that using a heating pad was just as effective as ibuprofen in relieving menstrual pain, and I found that the few studies that I went over very intriguing. So again, applying heat to the affected areas can definitely help relax and reduce tension in the abdominal muscles, and it also helps promote blood flow to your abdomen area. I have tried the water bottle method and it definitely helped a ton, and that's why I recommend it for all of you who haven't tried it yet. So the next method is to definitely track your period. There are several apps that you can use, and you can even use your journals to track. Important things to track are your body experiences like your blood flow. You can also track your food cravings, your energy levels, and some people who have their periods with acne, you can also track your acne levels, and it's very helpful for finding trends and patterns with your period. Like when your period starts, you'll be able to tell that, oh, my period starts after this number of days or at this time of the month. And you can also say, oh, when I'm on my period, when I eat this, it doesn't work for me. When I eat this, it works for me. So that's something that's very helpful. If you haven't tracked your period, I would definitely recommend that you start to do so, and especially if it's somebody who is like a woman who is trying to get pregnant, or you just want to understand deeply about your menstrual cycle, I would highly encourage that you continue tracking it. Another very helpful tip is to not forget, or to always remember, to pack extra sanitary pads or tampons depending on when your period starts. If you already know days before, then you don't need to always walk around it. Even though I found it helpful sometimes when I'm at work and I have a colleague who needs an extra sanitary pad or something, I can always give it to them. But I think it's just very helpful what's in my bag for a lady to always have at least 1 or 2 extras in their bag for when they need it, or even if they wanted to help somebody with it. Sometimes I just even leave one at work where I just have it there as needed in case I ever need it at work, and I still have some in my work backpack. If I'm going to a party, obviously I'm going to take some with me and all of that good stuff. So definitely please remember to pack extra sanitary products. You can use, especially if you use tampons or pads or anything. I know some people use the cups. I know some people use the washable napkins. I know there's some panties that have been made just for menstruation where you don't even need to use a pad pad or anything. Whatever you use, just make sure you're having extras just in case you need it when you're outside of the home. Another helpful tip is to change your pads often. This does not only help with you feeling comfortable and clean, but it also helps you prevent the infection called toxic shock syndrome. So toxic shock syndrome is a syndrome which is from accumulated bacteria. I will leave the exact definition in the screen, but the FDA recommends that you change your tampons every 4 to 8 hours, and the same applies for your menstrual pads. These times may vary obviously for everybody because everybody flows differently during their period, but that's generally a good rule of thumb to follow. So the next point may sound like a cliche, but it's about your food intake. So when it comes to junk food, no, I know for sure, I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of ladies, when they're in that time of the month, they feel like they want to eat everything, like they're craving the entire world, and obviously it's justified. I mean, you know, junk foods like fried foods and sugars are not very good. Studies have shown that foods rich in calcium, magnesium, vitamin B6 are very helpful in reducing your premenstrual syndrome, and they also help with symptoms like bloating or cravings or fatigue. So definitely consider reducing the amount of junk food, because if you eat junk, you're just going to have more bloating and you're going to have more and more cravings, because junk food obviously doesn't help with any condition. So especially when we talk about periods, please try to stay away from it. But on the other side of junk food, this is absolutely not a junk food. I think it's very necessary in addition to like your fruits and vegetables and a lot of proteins. Definitely try eating a lot of dark chocolate. If you have a chocolate bar which has 70 to 85% of dark chocolate, that definitely contains about 65% of the recommended daily intake of iron and 58% of the recommended daily intake of magnesium. And iron definitely helps with your energy because we are getting rid of blood and we're getting rid of the metal that helps us transport blood, and that goes our energy. And the magnesium will help with cramping obviously. So a lot of people swear by the use of dark chocolate in their period routine, and I have been incorporating it, even though I don't really like the taste of dark chocolate, but if it's something that helps, it definitely helps. So I would definitely advise that you try that if you haven't tried that already, and consider eating foods rich in protein and healthy fats as well. Another cliche is hydration, right? One of the main reasons why we have to consider hydration is because there is bloating and constipation due to the low levels of estrogen and progesterone. So it might sound a little bit counterintuitive to like drink water when you're bloated, but water definitely works like a charm. And in addition to helping with your bloating and constipation, hydration also helps with fatigue. So that's definitely a win-win situation. The last but not the least is to definitely relax throughout the process. Your body is going through a lot, your uterus is going through a lot, and your uterus at that point is practically falling out. So the goal will be to relax and be calm, and depending on your typical lifestyle, it may be really helpful to move a lot of things around your schedule, like your to-do list, or you can even block out things that you consider very stressful. In the same light of relaxation, you can do different things like aromatherapy, which I really love, and it can be very helpful for people who are usually grumpy or sad or anxious and stressed while on their periods. And also don't forget to optimize your sleep, because sleep is always very helpful. And please remember that every period experience is very subjective, and no two people have the same experience all the time. Even if it's your best friend, even if it's your identical twin, you guys' periods are not going to be the same, and hence your self-care practices around your periods are not going to be the same, because you will find yourself gravitating towards what works for you more. I'll just give a brief summary of what has been working for me and what has been backed up by studies and years of experience from other ladies. Please feel free to share with us down in the comment section what has been working for you and what you would advise other ladies try, if there is any tips that I have not shared in this video. And if you have watched up until this point, thank you. I hope you have been able to subscribe. If not, I will wait. Have you subscribed yet? Thanks again for watching. Do not forget to check on my previous videos, and when you click on those videos, I will see you on the other side. Thank you. Bye bye.